So let me give an official, beautiful welcome to everybody who's joining us for this new moon gathering of visionaries. And it's my true pleasure and honor to create these every single month for every new moon for visionary women so we can stand together, set some intentions, and really be in the energy of what the cosmos is calling us forth. I believe new moons create this beautiful opportunity every single month to take a look at what we are ready to create, what we're ready to cultivate, what we're ready to bring forth into the light of our lives. And this is a really special one. This is a really powerful new moon. We'll get into that in a little bit. And for those of you who may be new here, who may not know me, my name is Maria Aleandra. You can call me MA. And I'm a coach. I am a mom, a wife. I'm a content creator. I'm a strategic sorceress. I'm a lot of things. And I'm really passionate of standing together to create what's next. And it's my vision to do my part in not only connecting us, but sourcing inspiration and power and joy and just, all the deliciousness that we can cultivate together, so that we can live the full spectrum of the life that we have, with all of its, beauty and all of its pain and anything that can come in, through that. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves in the chat. I'd love to see that we have people joining us from all over the world. Just really, really always so cool to see. Today, the way I run these is I'll do a little bit of talking around a certain topic that has to do with the energy of the new moon and what we're calling in. I'm going to encourage you guys to set intentions, to, declare in your heart. And if you want to write it down, and if you want to share it with us, great. Declare something that you're ready to cultivate. I like to do that in a special way, and you'll see when we get there. I'm going to take you through a guided meditation, and it's truly an activation. And this whole experience, consider it an activation. Like, really consider just sitting there, receiving, feeling connected to everybody else who's experiencing this together with you. And if you're watching the replay, you're here with us as well. Your energy is absolutely connected. So this whole experience really is an activation, which is a fancy word to say, allow something really cool to happen in your soul. Allow a before and after moment. Allow for something to click, for you to receive something that's intuitively meant to come through. So it's a very personalized experience for you, depending on what it is that you need and you're requiring, your soul is requiring in this moment. Allow this space to bring that forth. And it's also a collective experience. So trust that whatever comes through and whatever I share is for the greatest good of everybody who's here, and even on a bigger picture for us collectively. And you're a part of this. So we'll do that meditation, and then I'm going to pull an oracle card towards the end. And throughout the experience, there's, opportunities for you to, if you want to share something, you can absolutely share it in the comments. And if you want to unmute yourself and share something as well, you can do the little hand raise, just so that I see that somebody wants to chime in. And with time permitting, I'm always happy to have this be an interactive experience. So without further ado, first I'll say that I'm not an expert in astrology. I am just fascinated with the science and the art of astrology and the opportunity that we have to connect with what the planets and the stars are doing, what the cosmos and how it's speaking through, to really use it as an opportunity to tap a little bit deeper into our truth. Anything that emerges in connection to, whether it's astrology or oracle cards or a guided meditation, it's all something that's very uniquely your own. And what that vehicle is doing, whether it's a person or it's oracle cards or it's any kind of tool or methodology, I believe it's uncovering something that was meant to emerge through you. And when we work with the cycles of the moon, it's one of the most beautiful ways to have these, again, these like markers and sort of milestones along our journey of growth, especially as women, because women are traditionally so connected with the moon energy. I'd love to know in the comments if anybody here is, if you're used to working with a new moon, if it's like, yeah, I do it every month, or if this is brand new to you and you were just curious about what this could be. I'd love to know what your experience is. Just to lay down the foundation a little bit, the new moon is when the sky is, the moon is completely dark. Obviously, the full moon is the opposite. And the full moon is, love to hear that, Tanya. Thank you for being here and experiencing this. So the new moon is basically like a blank slate. Imagine the most fertile, beautiful, delicious soil to plant new seeds in and to see those seeds then sprout. The full moon is more about completion energy. It's about releasing that which no longer serves you. Regardless, I think the new moon is still a beautiful opportunity to release what no longer serves, release any energies that you're ready to let go of so that you can create space to bring in and cultivate the new. But traditionally, new moons are aligned with starting something. So it's actually a beautiful way to time the things that you want to bring into your life. Whether you're setting an intention for something that you want to bring forth, or you're actually starting something tangible, meaning launching anything from launching a business to starting to write your book to anything that you feel is worthy of giving that a little extra push from the cosmic mother is beautiful to start in the new moon. And wherever you are on your journey of whether you work with the moon every month or you're totally brand new, just receive and open up your heart and your soul to what messages might come through tonight that are especially meant for you. So I personally love to work with new moons, and I've actually timed a lot of the things that I've done and grown in my business with new moons. And it's interesting because it's not, and again, I don't believe in relying on things that are external, because I believe that the fullest trust gets to be placed on ourselves. But it is a really, really beautiful way, again, to have a moment in time to declare something that matters to you. So that's my invitation for you guys. Let's talk about this new moon, because so this is a new moon in Leo. And Leo is a sign that brings with it a lot of power. It's a sign that's really like, think about that lion energy, lion heart, a heart of a lioness, the courage, the confidence, the inner knowing. The lion is steadfast. The lioness, she knows who she is. There is this this sense of grandeur about the essence and the energy of the lion. Leo is also the sign of, it's a sign that's really tied to performance, to visibility, to speaking your voice, to roaring, literally hear me roar. So when we think about the things that you want to cultivate in this new moon, there's a beautiful opportunity for you to tap into that in your life that is aligned with visibility, with speaking your truth, with dialing into your courage, your confidence, and I believe decision-making as well. Decision-making. Anything that any spaces in your life where you feel like you're hiding a little bit, and you can use some of that, like that lion energy, that lioness energy, to cultivate that within. And the really cool thing is, and for those of you who again follow astrology, we had this beautiful period of time called the Lionsgate portal. which concluded a few days ago. But the Lionsgate portal brought in a lot of energy and a lot of awareness around the areas in our life that we get to call in that courage, confidence. Leo is also a sign of abundance. Leo is tied to the sun, to our solar plexus, that energy of just knowing your truth, standing your ground. It's really, really, really incredible. And so think about, where are you, hiding a little bit? Where could you use an inner roar to support you as you're moving forward? For those of you who are entrepreneurs, for those of you who have a message, for those of you who are artists, for those of you who have something that you want to bring forth into the world, that visionary fire within you, no matter what you do in the world, chances are that if you're here and you're called to this experience, you're a visionary woman, which I just describe and define as a woman who is driven, who's multi-passionate, who's multifaceted, and who has a really deep calling to bring something really powerful into the world and to heal the world in some way. And the way we do that is through our own brand of magic. So in my coaching and in my training, I work very closely with my clients on the aspects of mindset, magic, and momentum. Mindset as in really mastering your mindset, how you experience the world, how you respond to the things around you, how you shift old patterns that no longer serve you, how you recalibrate your mindset. Magic, tapping into your magic, into that unique divinity within you, into the magic of manifesting, of bringing things to fruition, of walking towards the unknown, which requires a huge dose of courage, and trusting that inner voice and that inner calling that always brings you back to a space of possibility, dwelling in possibility. And also magic in the sense of trusting your unique brand of magic and the medicine that you're meant to bring to the world. And then momentum, as in generating momentum, creating momentum. And momentum is the piece where we begin to take inspired action, where we begin to create tangible things that move us forward, that show us what's possible, so that we may collect evidence of what we can create in the world, so that we can then develop more confidence and really trust ourselves to move forward. So I invite you to also think about how you can be in that space of understanding where you can shift your mindset, where you can tap into your magic, even begin to get curious about that. If it's not something that, it's not like your regular language, but if you're here, there's something in you, of course, intuitively that calls you into the space. And the momentum. So again, think about that energy of a lioness that knows who she is, that knows her courage, her stance, her confidence, and makes decisions. One of my mantras is, I make my decisions from a place of vision, not from a place of circumstance. And the new moon is a perfect time to call that in, to make your decisions from a place of vision of what's possible and not from a place of what you already see. When we align our inner drive with our divine wisdom, that's the space where the really, really cool, incredible things happen. And so if there's any part of you that has that, again, that visionary fire, that drive, that like crackle and spark inside that says, wow, I am meant for something more, and it's big, and I'm not quite sure how to wrap my hands around it. Welcome to the Visionary Woman Club. We're all growing and we're stretching and we're literally changing the world. Like, I really do believe that we're being called during this very potent time to move through a lot of stuff, to heal a lot of stuff ourselves so that we can heal others through our work, through our voice, through our platforms, through our message, whether that is in your intimate family circle or in a broader space of thousands of people that you may serve in a community, or through your art or through your words in any way. So the other piece that I thought would be really cool to bring today, which has been, really present in a lot of the conversations I've been having this week, has to do with the safety, feeling safe to succeed. So take this opportunity today, and I invite you to even journal on this beyond this experience, but see what your relationship is with success, your relationship with success, your relationship with shining bright, your relationship with owning your gifts from the perspective of not apologizing for 1 ounce of who you are. The contrary. And your relationship to success and to claiming your gifts and tapping into your gifts from the perspective of your intuitive knowing, amping up the trust in yourself, and not relying on other people for approval or for direction. The calibration and the grounding into our intuitive knowing is a very courageous path. And tap into your openness to truly receive and have the courage to act on what your intuition is pointing you towards. I believe that's one of those lifelong, beautiful lessons that we get to keep stretching into, that we keep dialing into, that we keep walking that path of, with that beginner energy, with that energy of what if. There's so much that's unknown. And when we are, I think one of the other markers of a visionary woman who carries that flame within her is to become a bridge and to build a bridge between what is seen and what is unseen. So think about in your life, where are you being called to step into your power and your courage to build a bridge so that others may also understand what's possible. And if you are, again, if you're here, trust that you not only are a visionary, but you are a leader. So there are a lot of firsts that we get to embark on the path of shifting paradigms, on the path of exploring things that may be outside of the norm. Think about any instance in your life where you see a different possibility, where you see a different way of doing things, where there is a particular pattern or belief system that's been modeled for you, maybe for years, and this might be something you're carrying even from further back, that you are healing for generations that have come before you and for generations that get to come after you. So there's just so much. And I'd love to hear, and thank you for the comments here. I'd love to hear as I'm talking it through, also share what resonates, share what lands, share where you might be feeling some resistance, because all of those, it's beautiful to share in the space of community. And also it's really powerful to articulate where you are so that you can begin to give voice. And again, think about that hear me roar energy. So many times, and I know this to be true because I experienced it myself for a very long time. And it's something that I experience with my clients, and I get to help them move through it, and with, other people that I support, all these incredible women that are part of my communities or, and all that. But there's this sense of constriction that comes from not owning your full roar. There's this sense of fear and constriction that comes from not standing on that. Imagine the lion standing on the rock, just roaring. And we associate success with, we associate success with like power. And then we have this association of power with overpowering. And one of the things that I believe is coming through for us to heal collectively is to untangle that false story that stepping into our true power means that there's a risk of overpowering somebody else, that there's a risk of taking away, that if we are too powerful, as if there's such a thing, too successful, then somebody else won't be. We're taking a slice away from that pie, from that cake that, I take that so somebody else doesn't have it. And that's not how the universe works. That's more of the programming of scarcity and lack that, that is part of a lot of the just societal conditioning, and to be honest, a lot of the patriarchal conditioning. And I say that not because it's like bashing the guys, because the men are also suffer from patriarchal conditioning. This is something that we carry from generations before. This is ancestral stuff that we're healing. So it's big, and it gives us a false story and a false idea that if we truly step in our power, we are truly powerful, which is already within you. There's no power that you're getting and putting in your heart or in your soul. It's all there. You're just uncovering the filters and the layers that are keeping it from fully expressing itself. We have this false story that's been created that if you fully step into your power, it means you are overpowering somebody else. So just sit with that. Whatever resonates for you, sit with it. And if something doesn't, you just keep letting it through and let it go. And maybe later something might percolate. Again, trust that. Pick up on what feels like, ooh, like trust your body, trust the tingles you get, trust whenever you hear something that really lands for you that you're like, oh, okay, I felt that. And you could be feeling it like, oh my God, yes. It's like she's in my head and it feels really good. Or you might be hearing it like, oh, ew, I don't want to go there. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And that's also a beautiful mile marker for you to go, oh, okay, there's something there that I get to heal. There's something there that I get to look at. So the idea of becoming, of success not being something that's safe, success that comes with being an authority in whatever space you want to create, again, business, art, being someone who's known for something, being someone who is sought after in some way, being someone whose message is trusted and heard and listened to. Think about the associations that you have around being someone who's known, like allowing that roar to be heard across the savannah, and how that feels like that's not a safe space to be. Just sit with that. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments, like when I say the words courage, confidence, decisions, what comes to mind? Like, and you could either share, like, what do you experience in your body, or what are other word associations that come up? And thinking about courage, confidence, even success. Like when I say that, like what comes up? I'd love to hear whoever feels called to share. Trust. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also as you're thinking about that and sharing that, call in something that Melissa says, forward motion. Oh yeah, I feel that. Call in something that you're ready to let go of. That you're ready to let go of. Like think about if I like channel that part of me, that aspect of me who is courageous, who is standing in her power, who has that grounded confidence. Almost like, what is standing in the way? Like what behavior, what idea might be standing in the way of me, going there. Felicia says, woo, what you're speaking to, that sense of safety and trusting myself deep in the gut. Bonnie says, truth, authenticity, impact. April, stepping into my power can inspire others to do the same. Yes. Tanya says, adventure. Oh, I love that. Oh, Tanya, that lioness in you is like calling out for adventure. Yeah, I mean, think about the energy of freedom, expansion. Freedom and expansion come when we are able to fully be. Yes, I love that adventure too. That's really, really, really cool. Really cool. Okay. So let's do this. Let's take, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I'm going to start playing the Jasmine says releasing, not being accepted, or too much. Okay, since you said that, Jasmine, I'm gonna read the same quote that I read earlier today for you guys. Letting go of what I think others expect of me. Oh, Adrian, you just read my mind. Get ready to have your mind blown with this. So, I've mentioned her a few times today. This incredible woman called Caroline Myss, Myss. She wrote Anatomy of the Spirit, an incredible book. I highly recommend it. She wrote that years ago. I read it a couple years ago, but recently she kind of popped up in my awareness, of course, as you know, often these things happen. So I started listening to a few of her workshops. These are workshops from like 2002 that I actually found. I have an app for my library where it's like, you know, you go find audiobooks, and I happened to find some of her workshops. So I've been listening to them. Bonnie says, letting go of the not enoughness. Oh, yes. So listen to this. So Caroline really speaks into, so she's a medical intuitive. She's highly tapped in, and she is like this, you know, super like confident, just like speaks her truth. Really good medicine for those of us who have a message in us, to listen to her, to see how she, you know, she represents her power. So I'm going to read something that has to do with the not being accepted, and that what Adrian is saying about letting go what others expect or think of me. Your role in life is not to get others to understand you, but to release the need for others to approve of you at all. We've all heard this before, right? This is one of those things that we know in our head. We're like, I know that. But it's the embodiment of it. And that's where the activation piece comes in. That's where that feeling of what would it mean for me to activate something within, to have a moment that is a catalyst that shifts something deep within. This is what we get to open up. And it's a choice. Like, choose to activate that within you. Literally. I know that sounds like that's so easy. The experience of moving through shifting a pattern that's been like ingrained in us can feel like, okay, I gotta get some courage to move through that. But it starts with that choice. It starts with that moment where you activate yourself. So allow this to be a space where that gets to happen, where you no longer feel like your role in life is not to get others. It's not to get others to understand me. How many of us go through life, myself included, that we give so much energy and so much power to what other people think, what other people say, and we drown the true voice within us, the true intuition within us. We drown our freedom. We drown our wisdom out of fear of somebody else not understanding us. And this is very true and very real. And I'm with you, ladies, because this is one of the things that my soul came here to clear and dissolve and release. And that's why I speak about it so profoundly, because there's so much power. And trusting yourself is, I believe, the most important superpower that we can cultivate. And trusting yourself is essentially releasing the need for anybody to approve of you. I've been, thinking all day today and yesterday as I was tapping into, again, this new moon and the whole Leo energy is, are you willing and open to embrace the roar of your soul? The roar of your soul. Are you willing? Are you willing to sit with yourself? Are you willing to open that portal into the unseen of who you are? Sometimes it starts with opening almost like this Pandora's box of the stuff that we know to be true that we've been tucking away for so long because we're afraid to look at it, because what does that mean? If I listen to my intuitive knowing, what radical changes what I have to make in my life. Like if I really, really, really allow myself to listen to that roar of my soul, that truth. And I just want you to sit with that right now. Like, don't feel like you have to do anything to fix it, because your mind is going to want to analyze it and wrap around it and try to fix it and try to understand it. And like I said to one of my beautiful clients today, she said, I don't know how to do this. And I said, you get to say, I don't know and I don't care. I don't know and I don't care. Massive trust. Because that opens up the space for the universe to go, oh, okay. Let me show you. Let me show you, because you're getting your mind out of the way. Whew. And something else that Caroline really speaks into is this idea that a strong sense of confidence, of self-esteem, is what creates a strong heart and a strong association with your intuition. So we often associate, and we hear the word confidence, and it, you know, for some, it might have an association of, well, how do I feel about myself, my body, my, you know, how I move about in the world. And we think, oh, wow, what would it be like to have more confidence? Like, that would be so great. And I feel there's this opportunity to completely like flip that on its head and know that confidence is, it's not something that you get more of. It's something that's, again, it's already there. It's the truth of who you are. And it's the expression of your inner power, and your walking through the world with a grounded sense of who you are. So I'm going to play a little bit of music, and I'm going to encourage you to, just for a couple of minutes, either write an intention, you know, something that you're ready to bring into the guided activation that I'm going to take you through. I think you guys are going to love it. We'll see what comes through. These are always like in the moment. I don't pre-plan them. So it really is like a channeled experience of whatever is meant to come through in the moment. And so I'll start the music, just start writing and listen to my voice. I'll guide you right through into where we're going, and just follow along and receive and enjoy. Just a little bit, we'll start with our activation. So begin to get settled. Let me know if the sound of my voice is okay in relationship to the music. Somebody can just tell me in the chat if it sounds okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Bonnie. Okay. I'll invite you to close your eyes. Begin to settle into your body and allow the waves of the energy energy that you have already been cultivating. To really come forth. We stand here in a space of safety, in a space of receiving. Calling on us to feel protected, nurtured, held. We begin connecting with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, as we focus on a point of pulsing light in our root chakra and see a beautiful iridescent cord drop, 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 drop through the floor, through the earth, through the layers of the earth, right into the center of Mother Earth, feeling her pulse, feeling her heartbeat. This is the ultimate embrace, the ultimate cradle. There's safety and security here. And allow the energy of Mother Earth to come up through this beautiful iridescent cord. As it swirls through your body, sustaining your cells, lighting you up from within. And then as we envision a beautiful beam and swirl of light coming down from the heavens right through our crown chakra, right through the top of our head. Notice the colors of this beam of light. Notice its density. It comes through our head and swirls also through our body. And this beautiful energy of Mother Gaia and this energy of the cosmos come together right in our heart center. Connecting this grounded experience of being with Mother Earth with this ethereal experience of being eternally connected to the cosmos and the cosmic light. And as we move through this activation, be conscious, aware, and open to the messages, the feelings in your body, the symbols that might appear for you. Nothing is a coincidence. It's all meant to be. It's all for you. And now that we've established this powerful connection with all that is, we are going on a journey, walking through this beautiful portal of mist. This mist feels cooling as it touches your arms, your legs, your face. You're barefoot and you're feeling the cool touch of the earth below you. You realize is that you're walking in this beautiful forest. It's nighttime. See the trees around you, hear the rustling of the trees. Feel that soft wind caressing your skin. Hear the crackling of twigs and leaves underneath your feet as you walk confidently forward. And even though this place feels unknown and new, it also feels just like home. So there's a sense of trust in every step that you're taking. There's no question. The steps are firm and graceful. And as you walk, your intuition leads you to this beautiful clearing in the middle of the forest. And all around you, through the trees, you begin to see the other women congregated here emerging. They've all just walked through their own portals with conviction, with clarity, with courage and confidence, all being led to this very same place. We look around, we acknowledge each other, we smile. There's a sense of joy and ease around us, a sense of knowing, a sense of connection. And in the middle, we find the cosmic bonfire. And this is like the most beautiful bonfire you've ever witnessed. It contains swirls of stars and galaxies. It pulses with energy. It crackles with warmth. It is a fire that transmutes. It is a fire that creates. And as we all surround this cosmic bonfire, we call to mind the energies that we're ready to release. The stories, the patterns, the old beliefs. Whatever is holding us back from stepping into our power. And whatever that is, we're going to hold that energy in our hands and see if anything shows up for you. Again, a symbol, a color, a feeling, a smell. Just make note of what that represents for you and walk over to the cosmic bonfire. And without any judgment and without any anger or resentment, you're going to place this in the fire to be consumed and transmuted. There's a beautiful alchemy that happens here. And you know and you trust. And as you walk back to the spot around the cosmic bonfire after you've placed this which you're ready to release, make note of what you're experiencing in this moment. Any messages that are coming through for you. Any flashes of something visual, something auditory, something that you're feeling in your system. It may be profound, it may be completely subtle, and it may just be you standing there staring at this beautiful, powerful cosmic bonfire. Just trusting yourself. comes through, be in a space of soft focus and soft awareness of it. Allowing yourself to receive. Softening the front of your heart, softening the back of your heart. Receive. Receive. And now you extend your hands. And cupped in your hands is your intention. It could look like a scroll of paper. It could look like a seed. It could look like a ball of light and energy. This is the intention that you're planting today. This is the intention that you're trusting that this cosmic bonfire, along with this beautiful new moon, will help you generate. And you don't know how it's going to happen, and it doesn't matter. Because you are so worthy of receiving that you don't have to know how to do it. You will be led every step of the way. Now take this beautiful intention, this declaration cupped in your hands, and you're going to walk over to the cosmic bonfire in front of you. You're going to place it inside the fire. The fire is going to activate it. It's going to spark it into existence. And just like magic, it will hover up from within the fire and back in your hands. Look at it now. Feel it now. It is so. It is so. Notice what happens when you trust in the co-creative power of the universe. Notice what happens when you choose to surrender and let go of control. Look at this intention and smile. And now lift those cupped hands and place it right in the center of your heart. Breathe it in. And take a moment to look around at every single one of the other visionary women who are gathered here with you, doing the same. Witness this moment of women stepping into the truth of who they are and trusting. Witness this moment. Really take it in. Know that you are not alone. That you don't have to compete with anybody. That you don't have to compare yourself yourself with anybody. That all of these sisters are here with you, placing their intentions in the care of the cosmic bonfire just like you. Now I'm seeing swirls of beautiful light coming from the heavens. Dropping into each one of our hearts, our third eye, allow yourself to receive these gifts. Know that the universe wants you to grow, to be in your power, to succeed, to impact the world, to share your voice and your message. You are worthy, and beyond being worthy, you are needed. You are an integral part of the evolution of the earth. And you've come here with a divine appointment, and you're trusting that the universe will provide everything that you require to see it through. And you declare today to step forward with courage, with love, and generosity of spirit. One step at a time to bring your visions to life. Now we bow our heads in gratitude to this beautiful cosmic bonfire that supported us and sustained us, knowing that we can come back here anytime, that we need to remember who we are. We look around, we nod, we smile, we bid each other goodbye. As we walk back through the forest, with even more certainty of who we are and why we're here, filled with a deep sense of joy that we don't have to explain to anybody else. It's ours to nurture and cultivate, because we know. We see that beautiful portal of mist, and we choose to walk back knowing that we've activated and shifted something very deep and powerful within us. We step through ready to bring this experience into this earthly plane, knowing that we are held and supported in safety and in love. begin to reconnect and anchor back into where you are, your body. Your connection to the life and the mission. Now we'll start to count back from 8. And as I do so, just begin to very gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Very gently. 8, 7. Beginning to reconnect with your self here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beginning to slowly open your eyes. Very, very, very gently. Very gently. Coming back into a state of awareness. Reconnecting back to this experience. Taking a sip of water. Capturing anything that you've received in your journal. Anything you found particularly impactful. Any messages, any visuals. Allow yourself to trust and capture what's there for you. And I'd like to invite anybody who feels called to share anything about your experience in the comments. Or if you'd like to share and unmute yourself.
I want to share.
Please, yeah.
When I was letting go of the need of acceptance of others, I felt a sense of freedom.
Good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep, and I could smell something, but I couldn't put it.
Oh, interesting.
I wasn't sure what it was, like something burning.
Ah. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, there's definitely a lot coming through. And overall, there's this sense of collective readiness. You know, it's like when like there's something about to pop and it's not going to take a whole lot to shift it. Definitely felt very powerful. I felt like everybody was really connected because it was very, felt very deep, very, very deep. So I'm shuffling our oracle cards here. I wasn't sure what deck to pick, but I'm choosing this. It's called the Divine Feminine. There it is. Divine Feminine oracle cards by Megan Watterson. She wrote an incredible book called Mary Magdalene Revealed that I highly recommend. So let's see who comes up to support us on our path today. A message that supports us collectively, where we get to step into now, calling in everything that we were activating today. Oh, this is appropriate. Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. I don't know if you noticed that I have some arrows here. Diana has arrows too, so. It says, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. All right. Let's read into Diana. Okay. Diana represents the call to embody a more primal connection to the wildness that exists within. The goddess Diana was worshipped in the ancient Roman religion that originated in Italy. She is the daughter of Jupiter and Latona, born on the island of Delos with her twin brother Apollo, god of the sun. The Temple of Diana in Rome dates back to the 6th century BCE. She was the protectress and patroness of the lower class and slaves who could seek sanctuary in her temples. The temple to Diana in Ephesus, also attributed to the Greek goddess Artemis, was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It took 220 years to build, and the magnificent statue of Diana, covered in breasts, symbolizes her worship as a fertility goddess for women. Paul, in the Acts of the Apostles in the New Testament, mentions Diana's temple since her following was extensive and seen as a threat to Christianity. The most famous place to worship Diana was in the sacred grove of oak trees on the shores of Lake Nemi near Rome, out in nature, connected to the earth and to the wild animals that roam freely across it. Here she is the huntress with her golden bow and arrows. She is the independent, free-spirited goddess who communes with the moon, the natural world, and all those who cannot speak for themselves. When your soul selects her card, sometimes the answer is the simple, elemental need to just walk barefoot in the grass, or even better, the mud. Sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening or what isn't happening that we forget to just be. We forget that there is tremendous power surging up from the earth, wanting to take whatever energy is no longer serving us. We forget that we can commune with the trees, those ancient protectors and elders whose language comes with the help of the wind and the slow, soft caress that touches our cheek. Answers sometimes need to come from the basic desire of the body to feel grounded here on earth. Diana is associated with fertility, the phases of the moon, and the ability to communicate with animals, Of course, not with any human language, but with the frequency of love and intention which animals perceive. If we open ourselves up to it, we can connect to the wisdom in the natural world, even if we live far from it. Even if we're deep in the heart of the busiest city, a sign on a bus, a logo on a t-shirt, or a card someone sends us may carry an image of the animal that wants to reach us. Or we may be visited by a possum on the fire escape or a hawk on a window ledge. We don't have to be in the wilderness to access the wisdom of the natural world. The wilderness is the wilderness is within us. We are part of it. There's so much more we can receive from the wordless life all around us. We just have to develop the heart that can hear it. And the soul voice meditation that comes with this card is, what spirit animal has medicine or a message to give me in this moment? What spirit animal has medicine or a message to give me in this moment? So, of course, because you can't make this stuff up, the animal might show up differently for everybody, but collectively, we've been working with that, the lioness energy, that call of the wild, that roar. Diana is the Roman version of the Greek goddess Artemis, like it said here. And today I've been speaking about Artemis all day long, and that's not something I do all the time. I had an interview earlier today that I was calling in the energy of Artemis to talk about focus and talk about decision making, because Artemis is a goddess that channels in freedom and also focus because of the bow and arrow. And I knew about the connection with Diana, and I've actually never picked this card before from the deck. So the fact that, she's the one who's coming through makes a whole lot of sense, given that, I don't normally have these arrows here. They live somewhere else in my apartment, but I brought them here today because I've been talking about Artemis. And so the fact that it's like this other incredible confirmation of the messages that we get, the messages that are meant to come through. And sometimes we just need these nudges so that our knowing can be emboldened. And then the idea of us, being in that forest and communing with nature in that way and with the trees, it feels incredibly synchronistic that's the energy, the goddess energy that we'd pull through with this deck. So, that's pretty exciting. So as we complete here, first I'm, showing each of you my gratitude for spending this time together, because this really is a co-creative experience. And I encourage you to take whatever came through and look at it with the tender eyes of that, mother within us, that creatrix within us that yearns to see the beautiful things that we are birthing not only come to life, but grow and flourish. And again, tapping into that new moon energy, Diana being the goddess of the moon, as is Artemis, just, it's all confirmation that the path you're on is a worthy one and a necessary one for your healing, of course, and for the healing of all of us as a collective. So thank you. This was really, really, really beautiful. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to have any final little messages or things you want to share, totally feel free to unmute yourself or share here. And you're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah. So good. And please let me know, email me with whatever, if something comes through later tonight. Some of you might have, interesting dreams, or, make sure you drink a lot of water right now. Just be in a space of nourishment, be in a space of joy. and let the shifts be easy. Like call in that energy of I let my shifts be easy. Let the quantum shifts just happen because they're meant to be. We're the ones that tend to hold them back with the expectations of what is it supposed to look like. So say, I don't care what it looks like. Let it be easy. All right, beauties. Thanks for hanging out in this beautiful cosmic space. I love you all. I'm glad you guys felt the energy. Glad you guys felt the shifts. And make sure to sign up for the next new moon. And if you're not a part of the Rock Your Life community on Facebook, go check it out. Lots of good things happening there. And oh, Harley, I love that you felt the cool mist. I've never said that before in a meditation, but I felt it too. I was like, oh, that mist felt really good. So I love that you felt it. All right, everybody. Sending you love, and to all of you who caught the replay, thank you for being here. And please, please, please send me emails, DMs, and let me know what your experience was. All right. I love you all. Mwah. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.